dating or being seen with white women? I'm sure people on social media, do they come at you for that?
I wouldn't know, but I don't only just date white women.
I mean, I know
I like
you don't.
all women.
I know you don't, but I'm just saying, like, there was a picture of you and, say, Kendall Jenner, and I know people would be like, oh my God, I can't
smash Kendall Jenner, bro?
No, it was just a picture.
Hook. One moment changed everything. Not because anyone confessed. Not because there was undeniable proof. But because millions of people suddenly began asking the same question, at the exact same time. What if we've been looking at this relationship all wrong? For years, Rihanna and A$AP Rocky looked untouchable. They became the celebrity couple people pointed to as proof that friendships could turn into lasting love. Two global icons. Two successful careers. A growing family. From the outside, it seemed like the perfect story. But behind every perfect image is one dangerous reality. The internet never stops watching. One awkward glance. One unexpected interaction. One old photograph. That's all it takes for an entirely new narrative to explode across social media. And that's exactly what happened. Within days, fans weren't just discussing Rocky anymore. They were revisiting forgotten interviews. Digging through years-old headlines. Replaying red carpet moments frame by frame. And bringing Kendall Jenner's name back into a story many believed had already ended. Suddenly, events that once looked completely unrelated began fitting together like pieces of a much bigger puzzle. Coincidence? Maybe. Or maybe people had ignored the warning signs all along. Now, before we go any further, let's be clear about one thing. Some of what you're about to hear comes from public interviews, photographs, and documented events. Other parts come from rumors and online theories that have never been confirmed by the people involved. The internet often blurs that line. Our job is to separate what actually happened from what people believe happened. Because once those two worlds collide, the truth becomes incredibly difficult to recognize. And this story doesn't begin with cheating rumors. It doesn't begin with viral videos. It doesn't even begin with Rihanna and A$AP Rocky becoming a couple. To understand why Kendall Jenner's name keeps resurfacing every time this relationship makes headlines, we have to go back years. To a moment so small that almost nobody paid attention when it happened. Looking back now, some fans believe that was the first domino to fall. And once you see the timeline unfold, you may understand why this controversy refuses to disappear. Long before Rihanna and A$AP Rocky became one of music's biggest power couples, their paths had already crossed countless times. They moved in the same circles, attended the same events, shared mutual friends. To the public, they looked like nothing more than two stars with undeniable chemistry. But at the time, neither seemed interested in confirming anything beyond friendship. Then another familiar face entered the conversation. Kendall Jenner. Years before Rihanna and Rocky officially became a couple, Kendall and Rocky were frequently seen together at fashion events, exclusive parties, and major industry gatherings. Neither publicly defined their relationship, leaving fans and media to fill in the blanks. Every new appearance fueled another wave of speculation. Were they dating? Just close friends? Or simply enjoying the attention that came with being photographed together? No one outside their inner circle knew for certain. As time passed, those headlines slowly faded away. People moved on. The entertainment world found a new story. At least, that's what everyone thought. Because around the same period, Rihanna and Kendall also found themselves making headlines for completely different reasons. Small exchanges, subtle moments, comments that some people dismissed instantly while others remembered for years. Individually, none of them seemed important. Together, they painted a far more interesting picture. That's the thing about celebrity history. Events that seem meaningless in the moment often become much more significant once people start looking backward. Years later, fans would return to those same interactions, convinced they had overlooked clues hiding in plain sight. Whether that's true or simply hindsight is still open for debate. But one thing is impossible to ignore. Every time Rocky's name enters the conversation, those old moments between Rihanna and Kendall somehow return with it. And that isn't what surprised people the most. What really caught everyone's attention was how quickly online detectives began building an entirely new timeline, one connecting fashion shows, award ceremonies, social media exchanges, and public appearances into a single theory. Some believed it explained everything. Others argued it proved absolutely nothing. The truth probably sits somewhere in the middle. But once the internet starts connecting dots, it rarely stops. And the next chapter of this story would give people even more material to analyze. Because what happened next wasn't based on years-old memories. It happened in front of cameras. And millions of people watched it unfold in real time. When the internet started connecting the dots, then came the moment that reignited everything. It wasn't an interview. It wasn't a headline. It wasn't even a public statement. It was a collection of viral clips that spread across social media faster than anyone expected. Within hours, millions of viewers were slowing down videos, zooming into facial expressions, and analyzing body language, as if every second contained a hidden message. One glance became a headline. One expression became a theory. And one viral moment turned into hundreds of competing narratives. Some viewers insisted the tension was obvious. Others argued people were reading far too much into ordinary interactions. But once those debates reached social media, there was no putting the genie back in the bottle. Every old rumor suddenly found new life. Archived photos resurfaced. Forgotten gossip blogs were shared again. Clips from years earlier began trending alongside current footage, creating the impression that everything was somehow connected. Whether those connections were real or imagined hardly mattered anymore. Public perception had already shifted. Then came another twist. Fans started revisiting the history between Rocky and Kendall, asking whether their past friendship, or whatever it may have been, was the missing piece behind years of speculation. There was no new confirmation. No shocking confession. Just a flood of old images and public appearances that people interpreted in completely different ways. Some believed they proved nothing. Others treated them as undeniable evidence. That's the strange power of the internet. The same photograph can tell two entirely different stories depending on who's looking at it. Meanwhile, Rihanna remained the center of every conversation, whether she spoke publicly or not. Every appearance she made was dissected. Every expression was analyzed. Every silence became another headline. Fans wondered if she was ignoring the noise, protecting her family, or simply refusing to give rumors more attention than they deserved. The truth is, only the people involved know what really happens behind closed doors. But online, certainty is often replaced by speculation, and speculation spreads much faster than facts. Then another series of reports pushed the story into an even bigger spotlight. Claims about possible relationship problems began circulating across entertainment blogs and social media feeds. None of them came with definitive proof. Many were quickly challenged or denied. Yet each new rumor encouraged thousands more people to revisit the timeline all over again. And that's when the conversation stopped being about a single viral moment. It became a larger question. How much of this story is built on reality? And how much has been constructed by millions of strangers trying to solve a mystery they were never meant to understand? That question would only become more complicated as new clips, new allegations, and new online debates continued to surface, keeping the controversy alive long after many thought it would disappear. Facts, rumors, and the price of fame. As the speculation intensified, a familiar pattern emerged. Every few months, another rumor would explode online. Another anonymous source. Another viral post. Another theory claiming that the relationship was hanging by a thread. Some stories disappeared almost as quickly as they appeared. Others refused to die. One allegation would be denied, only for another to surface weeks later. Entertainment blogs picked up the conversations. Reaction channels dissected every update. Comment sections became courtrooms where millions of strangers argued over a relationship none of them actually lived. Then came one of the biggest problems with celebrity culture. A rumor doesn't have to be true to dominate the headlines. Once enough people repeat the same claim, it begins to feel like established fact, even when no solid evidence exists. That's exactly why every new accusation surrounding Rocky spread at lightning speed. Old clips resurfaced. Past interviews were reinterpreted. Completely unrelated moments were stitched together into elaborate online theories. Some viewers were convinced they had uncovered a hidden truth. Others believed the internet had crossed the line between curiosity and obsession. The reality is far less dramatic. Public figures live under a microscope. Every smile is analyzed. Every conversation is recorded. Every awkward moment becomes content. And when millions of people are searching for clues, even ordinary interactions can be transformed into viral controversies. Despite months of headlines, neither Rihanna nor Rocky has publicly confirmed many of the claims that continue circulating online. That hasn't stopped the speculation. If anything, the silence has encouraged even more theories. For some fans, silence means something is being hidden. For others, it's simply the smartest response to constant online noise. Whatever the truth may be, one thing is impossible to ignore. This story has become much bigger than 3 celebrities. It's now about how quickly social media can rewrite public perception. A single post can spark thousands of reactions. A short video can generate millions of opinions. And before long, rumors begin traveling faster than verified facts. Whether this controversy eventually fades away, or takes another unexpected turn remains to be seen. But if recent history has taught us anything, it's that the internet rarely lets stories like this disappear quietly. Because in today's world, the next viral moment is always just one headline away. So what do you think? Has social media connected genuine clues that deserve attention? Or has it turned ordinary celebrity moments into a mystery that never really existed? Share your perspective in the comments, and if you enjoy deep dives into the biggest celebrity stories shaping the internet, don't forget to subscribe. The next headline could change everything.